So what do we think that the government response to the Charlie Kirk murder is going to be? And that's been kind of the theme of a lot of podcasts the last couple of days. What do we think is going to happen? The people on the left are extremely worried that Trump is going to use this to continue his authoritarian crackdown. Well, let's see. I'm sorry, guys, but I don't think Trump has been authoritarian enough when it comes to the left, right? I don't agree with him on everything that he's been doing, for sure. I don't agree that we're paying for Israel's war and supplying Israel with money and weapons from taxpayer money in order to slaughter a bunch of innocent people. I don't agree with that, you know what I'm saying? I don't agree with the administration going after people that are critical of Israel on free speech grounds. I don't agree with that. But when it comes to the left, I think that and I said this yesterday, maybe not clear enough in my video that I made, the first video after the Charlie Kirk killing. I kind of insinuated that I wanted, for the first time in my life, the government to crack down on free speech. And I realized that that's the insinuation that people are going to take from what I said. But let me be clear. Yes, I want them to crack down on free speech, but I want them to crack down on the left, right? Not on us, right? On the left, right? And the reason why I say that, and I know that's not going to happen, right? I know it's not going to happen that the government is going to take a side. I don't know, they might, you know? But that's what I think they should do. I think they should take the side of those that are right, which is our side, right? And I'm not saying that Democrats have to become Republicans now in order to, avoid the crackdown. No. You just have to be on the side of reasonableness. You have to be living in reality. You have to not be an adult that is actually just a giant baby, a giant child. Like all of these people on the left, the leftists that you see on TikTok celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, those that have been calling Trump and the right Hitler and Nazis because they don't agree with them, those that have been trying to shut everybody up for the last 10 years. You can't say this, you can't wear that, you can't say Aunt Jemima, you can't say the N-word, you can't say that. Well, now I think it's time for the government to reverse the roles, right? And use their own shit against them, right? So now they can't say shit. Now they can't say shit. Now if you say Nazi, then you're in trouble, right? Now if you fucking go around trying to fucking say men are women and you'll call men women, you're done. People should kick in your door. You know what I mean? And I know that sounds weird coming from me because I'm like Mr. Free Speech. I am. I really am. But I do think also we are in an extreme situation in which fighting fire with fire is the only possible chance we have to get these people to wake up out of their zombie state, right? And to realize that their actions also will have consequences. And if they don't want to be treated like little fucking children that have to be restricted in what they say and what they do, and they can't temper tantrum, and they can't slam their doors, and they can't call daddy a fucking bastard or a shitface. The kids don't have those rights. And the left, most of the people on the left, including the Democrats in Congress, right? The Democratic politicians, act like little children that throw temper tantrums and shit fits every time they don't get what they want. Their ideas are pipe dream utopia nonsense that don't fly in the real world, and we all know it. It's not a secret. Men can't become women. We can't save the climate if half the world doesn't go along with it. The climate story is bullshit anyway. We know it. There's science that goes against it. There's science that speaks for it. It's still a debate, but no, they don't want it to be a debate. They want it to be, we say it's like this, and that's the way it is. They have been the authoritarian Nazis all along. And now I think it's time for them to pay the price. Now I think it's time. The only fucking way that there's going to be any sort of unity between the left and the right is if the children are taken out of the equation and made to grow up. And the only way they're going to do that is if they face the same consequences that they try to dole out on other people, right? When you're trying to raise a child, and you try to tell that child, look, you can't do that to that person because you wouldn't like it if that person did that to you, right? And that child had to suffer under the consequence of getting what he gave out. That teaches that child, wow, I don't like that, so I better not do that to somebody else. That's how you need to go about dealing with these leftists. Like they're children, because they're acting like children. So yes, I feel like the government should go after their free speech, go after their freedoms, restrict them, put them on curfew, give them no access to guns, etc., etc., etc. All the shit that they will do to us. Because let me tell you something. This is another reason why I keep saying, don't let Democrats have power ever again. Because if you do, they're going to come after everyone that doesn't adhere tightly to their crazy ideology. And they're going to come after everybody. Freedom would have been over for Americans if Kamala Harris would have been elected. At least for those on the right. And we all know it. They would have let the left get away with murder and fly in the face of everything. They would have done it. They did it the whole time Biden was in office. BLM could fuck up streets, set places on fire, murder people, no consequences. They set St. John's Church on fire in front of the White House, no consequences. You know, they got away with everything. And now it's time to turn the tables. Now it's time to turn the tables. And I'm not saying you should let the right go out and murder and loot and do what BLM did. No. That's not what I'm saying, right? But let's leave the right alone for a while. Let's let the right sit there, arms crossed, popcorn in hand, and watch the government handle these fucking maniacs like they have been handling us for a decade, right? And get rid of this woke shit once and for all. And it's pretty easy, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, I know that's not going to happen, right? I know this is not going to happen. I know this is like a dream, but this is what I'm saying. I feel like this is going to be the only way. Fire with fire, right? Again, I'm very disappointed with the Trump administration that we have still to yet see any accountability for anything in the last 10 years. Twitter files, COVID, the attacks on the president, Russiagate, all the things, right? Misuse of the justice system, all the things. There's not been one case where we could say, oh, fuck, finally somebody higher up in power, guilty of all these things, has been held accountable. Not one. We've heard a lot of talk about how it's coming and how they're going to do this, and they've got subpoenas and about Congress and blah, 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 blah. I haven't seen one fucking person in handcuffs, and until I do, I'm not going to be pleased about it. I keep saying, you have got to, the Republicans and the right have to start standing up and using power where they have it. Otherwise, the Democrats and the left will once again steamroll everybody, right? And they're going after the right, and I'm not after conservatives or Republicans, right? I'm not a Republican. I'm not a conservative. I am on the right. So I fall in the category of people they would go after, right? I fall in the category of people they hate because I don't agree with fucking anything they say, right? Pretty much nothing, because it's all bullshit. It's all fucking insane shit. You know, when they used to talk about, well, free healthcare for everybody, I can kind of get on board with that. I'm like, okay, well, that sounds good. And free, it's never free, but I think tax money should be spent on it instead of our money. I would rather have tax money go to my healthcare than to fucking Ukraine or Israel's bombing of indiscriminate bombing of everybody around it. Yeah, pay for my healthcare instead. It's fucking A, I'm all on board with that. But the Democrats have turned into something else, and we all know it. And their followers are mindless, brainless zombies. Maybe it's the SSRIs. It's not, though. I can tell you that because, look, I live in Europe, and pretty much nobody's on SSRIs here, right? But the left is still as crazy. Now, there's not as much violence, I'll give you that. So maybe it is the SSRIs, right? But they're just as insane. The ideology is a toxic, crazy ideology that can't be implemented, even in the best of circumstances, and we all know that shit. So we have to stop dealing with them as if they're serious discussion partners. You don't do that with a child either, right? A child that wants to be an astronaut and thinks he is an astronaut or thinks he's a cat, you don't have a serious discussion with that child about how they're not a cat. You go, let him think he's a cat, fuck it. You know what I mean? Until it's time to go to school, and then cat shit is over. And if they don't want to do it, There's no real discussion. It's like, look, put on your fucking clothes, take the fucking cat ears off, get your shit together and get in the car, we're going to school, right? I'm not going to have a long fucking drawn out year-long discussion with a child about why they can't wear a cat costume to school. And I'm done with that on the left, for the left as well. We've tried discussing, we've tried talking, we've tried telling, we've tried showing. It all doesn't work. They don't want to hear it. They go, la, 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 la. Well, then that's it. They're like children, so we have to treat them like children until they grow up. That's going to be the only way. If the government doesn't do something like that, or something similar to that, right? Or tries to crack down on all of us. It just doesn't work like that. You can't crack down on all of us if we're not the fucking problem. But in democracies, we have to treat everybody the same. Yeah, we do. We do. That is true. So if we're going to continue to stick to that, which I think we should, except for in this situation, there is a giant swath of people that are mentally incapable of being grown up, right? And they are making stupid decisions, saying stupid fucking things, and they're getting no consequences for it, which means they're going to continue. Then they're going to be stimulated to continue their bad behavior because there are no consequences for it. Same thing as with a child. If you let a child jump all over the table, tell you you're a piece of shit, slap you in your fucking mother in their mom's face if they don't get what they want, then that child's going to be a little tyrant fucker, right? You have to set boundaries for children. These people are overgrown children. It's clear. All of us can see it. We can't just pretend it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? We can't just pretend, well, no, but they're over 18. I mean, come on. They're not children. They are. I don't know. And it doesn't matter to me why, right? I don't care why. That's for their fucking problem. Right? That's for their friends and their family to figure out what they need to do to get these fucking people to grow up. You know what I mean? That's not my responsibility. And I don't want to live in the same place with them. I don't want to debate them anymore. I don't want to talk to them anymore. I'm done. I'm done getting lectured by little fucking children. No more. And so either the government does what it has to do, and we will just have to, if they were to do it, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying the government should go kill them all or put them in concentration camps or before you all get any fucking ideas, right? It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying treat them like children. They've done the same thing to us, right? The media, the government in the past, the government now in Germany treats all these citizens like children. Oh, they can't handle the truth about this. Oh, we have to lie about that. They're too stupid to pick to vote for the right people. So we have to take away parties off the ballot because, you know, they might vote for them. They're these dumb fucking people. You know what I mean? No. See, I don't want to be treated like a child because I'm not acting like a fucking child, right? So when I say, yeah, maybe I am willing to like start cutting into people's free speech rights and shit. I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about just them, right? I'm talking about just them. I'm talking about the people on mainstream media that keep fucking telling everybody that everybody on the right or everybody that's white is an evil motherfucker that needs to die and they're Nazis and they're fascists. I'm talking about them. Restrict them. You fucking tell them, look, no more of this shit. It's incitement. Done. They would do the same thing to us. Don't forget. And if we want to avoid that they do the same thing to us when they get back in power, and someday they will, then they need to know that if they try any of that shit they've been doing the last 10 years, that once the roles reverse, there will be harsh consequences for their actions. Now, the left and the Democrats still think they can get away with pretty much anything. So if the government doesn't step in and start making some hard calls and start making some hard punishments and starts fighting fire with fire, it's going to be left up to the people to do it. And I can tell you right now, especially after the Charlie Kirk murder, our side, which is not all the right or conservative or Republican or Christian or religious. No, our side is made up of a whole bunch of different people that just want common sense and don't want leftist ideological fucking craziness. That's our side for now. And when we have defeated this leftist ideology, we might break up into different factions once again, but maybe not. Right now, we're sticking together, right? I'm not a big Christian guy. I'm not a big God guy at all. You know what I mean? But I'd rather be on their side than the left, right? You know what I mean? I'm not a big fucking fan of the government at all. But I'd rather be on the government side than on the left. So our side has tried absolutely everything, from trying to bring God, to having conversations, to fucking being easy on crime for these people, to change our ways, to change our speech, to try to accommodate in every fucking way possible. Things that I would never do, people on our side have done to try to accommodate these loser fucking overgrown babies. And now our side should be done with it. Now our side should wake up and see, okay, this shit isn't working. It's time for tough love, people. Tough love, like you do with kids that are out of control. Tough love. So yeah, I'm for the government going after them in a discriminating way. So leave us alone and go get the people responsible for go hold these people responsible for their actions. And I'm not saying that the right should get away with any violence or any shit like that. If anybody on our side commits some sort of act of violence, then they should also be prosecuted, all should be punished, right? But look, people, if the government doesn't do something, and you can't just, they're not gonna be able to do anything if they just go and do it the same way they've always done. Well, we can't be them, we can't turn into them, we can't do the same tactics as them. Listen, they have forced this issue. They have forced us into the arena of playing by their fucking stupid rules. We tried to set the rules that no violence, no shit, we'll treat everybody fairly, no breaking freedom of speech. No, and they just shit all over everything. They don't care about the Constitution, they don't care about freedom of speech, they don't care about your rights, they don't care about due process, they don't care about their own people. They care more about Ukraine, illegal immigrants in Israel and shit than they do about anybody in America. Now, I'm not saying Trump is like that. I'm not saying the administration is like that. Right now, we have the power, we have the opportunity to set this shit straight, and fire with fire is the only way possible. And if they don't do it, the people will do it. And then you've got real civil war on your hands. So the government's in a tight spot here, right? I get it. It's going to be tough because they don't want to look like they're being discriminating. They don't want to look like they're just going after the left because the optics and blah. Look, people, fuck the optics. These people are a threat. Clearly, they're a threat. They're unhinged. In America, probably more so than here in Europe. Probably because maybe it is. I changed my mind. Maybe it is the SSRIs, right? The mental medication everybody has to be on. And look at these people. Look at how they look. And you just look on TikTok and on Blue Sky, the celebrating videos of Charlie Kirk's death. Look at what kind of people these are. They look fucking ridiculous. And in their minds, they're the shit. No, they're not the shit. And they need to be told they're not the shit. They need to be made uncool. They need to be put in the not cool kids club. We're the cool kids. They're the fucking losers. And I'm sorry, that's the way it is. I'm not going to try to sugarcoat it or go around it. Oh, everybody's equal. No. We're on the good side. They're on the fucking bad side. It's obvious to everyone. And it's time we start acting on that obviousness, right? And I know there's going to be people out there, oh, that sounds pretty Hitler-like of you. No. Again, I'm not saying murder them, put them in concentration camps, isolate them. No. We have to isolate them out of our personal lives. Stop discussing with them. You don't have big discussions with children. They don't understand. There's no way to make them understand. In order for them to understand, a lot of times they have to grow up. And that's the same with these fucking morons. They have to grow up. They're not going to get it. Regular conversation's not going to bring shit to them. They have to grow up, and we have to help them grow up. And so it's time, because we are forced to live in the same place with them, it's time we make them grow up, and the only way to do that is to fight fire with fire, which I hope that the government finally starts fucking doing. Finally start getting these people and putting their asses in jail where they belong, right? And for the rest of them that don't belong in jail, treat them like the children they are and say, no. Stop your fucking little tantrum. Get your shit together. Go to school. Learn your shit and shut the fuck up. That's how we need to treat these people from here on out. And when they have shown signs of adulthood, and when they have broken free from this zombie leftist mind virus, then they can join the adult club, right? And the adult club is our club. The adult club is on the right. And now what do you do with the people that vote Democrat? I mean, there's regular people that vote Democrat. You can't punish everybody. No, I'm not saying punish every Democrat voter, but really, look at the way the Democrats behave. Why the hell would anybody vote Democrat? Oh, because they hate the right so much? Is that a reason? The whole point of voting is policies in your country. Clearly, the policies on the right are better than what the Democrats are currently offering. Again, if they got back onto the let's go to free healthcare and, drug legalization and shit, I'm all cool with that. Let's go back to that. Get off the trans shit. Get off the fucking the victim shit. Get off the fucking race shit. Get off the DEI shit. Get off all this crazy shit nobody wants. And I'll be looking at Democrats a little different. Be like, okay, I can kind of get with that. So that sounds right. And we can mix the policies up like it used to go. But right now, we have to let the adults make the decisions. And the Democrats are not in. For whatever reason. And that's what I meant in my video. I don't want free speech cracked down on for this. Because it's not speech, right? It's the people that can't handle the speech. They're the problem. It's not what I say that should be the problem. It's their interpretation of what I say or the way their feelings are hurt when I say it. Tough shit if your feelings are hurt. Don't care. Don't give a fuck at all. I hope you cry in your soup. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck. So no, I don't mean that free speech should be cracked down on by the government. I mean free speech should be cracked down on by the government on the left. I mean the government should start treating the left and all of its followers the same way the government before, the Biden administration, and the left treated us during COVID, after COVID, Russiagate, the whole thing. And I'll just turn the other way. I don't care. I don't care if the rights get taken away. I don't care if there's free speech gets taken away. And the main reason for that is they didn't give a fuck when it was happening to us. And since they didn't fight for us, I'm not lifting a finger for them. They can kiss my ass. They can go to hell. And if they die, I don't care. Let's be real. I am sick and fucking tired of getting lectured by these overgrown babies. And it's time to put an end to it. That's what I've got for you today. Think about it. All right, people. Take it easy. See you guys next week.